Have you ever heard a story so powerful it sends shivers down your spine? A story of defiance, of spirit, and of an unbreakable will to be free. Today, we're traveling back to 1803, to a small creek on St. Simon's Island, Georgia, a place now known as Igbo Landing. This isn't just a historical account, it's a testament to the human spirit that echoes through generations. The story begins on a slave ship, the Wanderer, which had just crossed the Atlantic, carrying people captured from what is now Nigeria. Among them were a proud and resilient group known as the Igbo. They had endured the horrors of the Middle Passage, a journey designed to break them, but the Igbo spirit was far from broken. Upon arriving in Savannah, Georgia, about 75 of these Igbo captives were sold to two plantation owners, Thomas Spaulding and John Coeur. They were packed onto a smaller coastal vessel, the York, to be transported to their final destination. A life of brutal, forced labor on the plantations of St. Simon's Island. As the vessel navigated the marshy waterways of Dunbar Creek, something incredible happened. The Igbo people rose up. Led by their high chief, they took control of the ship, drowning their captors and grounding the vessel on the shore. They had won a small battle, but they knew the war for their freedom was far from over. Standing on the muddy banks of that creek, they faced a stark choice. Ahead of them lay a life of unimaginable hardship and slavery. Behind them, the vast unknown waters of the Atlantic. What would you do? For the Igbo, the choice was clear. They would not be enslaved. Led by their chief, they turned toward the water, chanting in their native tongue a song of freedom and return. They walked together, in unison, into the churning creek. They chose the embrace of the water over the chains of bondage. One by one, they walked deeper, believing their spirits would fly back home to Africa. This act of mass suicide was an ultimate act of defiance. They declared that their bodies might be captured, but their souls would forever remain free. The story of Igbo Landing was passed down for generations, primarily through oral tradition within the local Gula Geechee community. It became a powerful legend, a ghost story whispered in the humid Georgia nights. Some said you could still hear the chains rattling and the sound of their chanting on the wind. For many years, some historians dismissed it as folklore. But in the 1980s, researchers uncovered historical accounts that corroborated the oral tradition. They found documents from the time, including an account by a white overseer who witnessed the event. He described it with a chilling mix of shock and confusion, calling it an act of mass drowning. The folklore was real. The defiance was real. Today, Igbo Landing is recognized as a sacred site. It's a place of pilgrimage for many, especially African Americans, seeking to connect with their ancestral past. It's a powerful reminder that history is not just about dates and events. It's about people, their struggles, their spirit, and their profound desire for dignity and freedom. The story of the Igbo people at Dunbar Creek challenges us to think about the true meaning of freedom. It's a tragic story, yes, but it's also one of immense courage and spiritual power. They chose their own destiny, even when it seemed they had no choices left. Their final steps were not steps of defeat, but of ultimate liberation. This story is a vital piece of American history and world history. It's a testament to those who resisted slavery in every way they could. Next time you think about the fight for freedom, remember the Igbo people of 1803 who walked into the water, singing their way back home. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If this story moved you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more stories that deserve to be told. See you next time.